Shalom Aleichem. In the Parshios of Vayakhel and Pekudei, we have two central themes which seem to really conflict and militate against each other. At the beginning of Parshas Vayakhel, we center in on the uniqueness of Bezalel, the skills of Bezalel, the artistic skills of the Chochmas Lev of Bezalel. It is the kernel of the Divrei Torah of people having different skills and skills of beauty and skills of individuality and everyone having their unique kochos. And then we shift into Parshas Pekudei, which has a theme which, though we could bring it up everywhere in Torah, here it specifically is focused in on that we have a mantra which goes over and over and over, which talks about Kasher Tziva Hashem, everything which HaKadosh Baruch Hu told to Moshe was given over and done exactly as Moshe said, as Rashi says, down to the last detail. Everything was done exactly. And here we have two themes which really fight against each other. One theme of individuality, of the yichud, of everyone finding, of everyone doing with their own chochos and their own creativity. And then one theme saying, able to do things exactly with the detail of how it's given over. Now, while these themes aren't a stira, they certainly are themes and ideas which seem to militate against each other. At the beginning of Kasher Tziva Hashem, when it first comes up, Rashi seems to take this tension and takes it in one direction. Right? He takes it in the direction where, despite the fact that there is so much going on in terms of the kochos and the beauty of Bezalel, nonetheless, he was, so to speak, mitgaber because of his yirat shamayim and did everything exactly the way HaKadosh Baruch Hu told him to do it. Okay? Almost implying, almost insinuating that the kochos of Bezalel were there in order to be a nisayon, to overcome, to squelch. And that was his koach. He showed his yirat shamayim in the fact that he did it exactly the way he was told. Now, besides the fact that could be one theme, but then we have to ask the question, why bring Bezalel for that? It's almost like bringing in Michelangelo to paint a beautiful, beautiful painting, but it's giving him the picture and saying, okay, sketch over this picture. We don't need Michelangelo for that. Okay? As we get to the end of Parshas Pekudei, Chazal take this tension in a totally different direction. When Moshe finally looks over everything which is done, and the pasuk says, "Vayar Moshe et kol hamalacha, v'nei asu oto kasher tziva Hashem, kein asu vayivarech otam Moshe." The Midrash and the Tosefta take our attention and flip it the other way. They say that HaKadosh Baruch Hu, not everything that HaKadosh Baruch Hu showed Moshe, did Moshe show Bezalel. And that Bezalel didn't have something to exactly copy. And that there were windows of area where Bezalel had to be creative on his own, and because he did it, l'shem shamayim, his creativity had the siyata d'shmaya, that he came out the way HaKadosh Baruch Hu wanted. And therefore, what started off as a theme of being able to be careful with your individuality and stay true to the tzivui of Hashem ends up at the end of the story with HaKadosh Baruch Hu saying, I want to leave space for you to have your individuality and creativity. Now, there's lots of ways for us to take this answer. Okay? But the Chazal choose and decide that both themes have to stay true. On our side, we have to constantly be thinking, HaKadosh Baruch Hu, what do you want from me? From HaKadosh Baruch Hu's side, he leaves windows open where he says, I'm not going to tell you exactly what to do because I want you to think l'shem shamayim. I want your kochos to show themselves and show themselves l'shem shamayim. And with that, I want to finish off with the Mishkan, and the Mishkan which makes its way into our house. And we meet this every day, where we have to balance, on the one hand, from our side, saying, HaKadosh Baruch Hu, what do you want? And HaKadosh Baruch Hu sometimes responding back, saying, I'm not going to tell you what I want because I want you to express your kohos l'shem shamayim. Bezrat Hashem, we should be able to navigate. We should be able to navigate and look and find ways to do things constantly with Yirat Shamayim and find the ways and the areas where HaKadosh Baruch Hu allows us to express our kohos l'shem shamayim. Have a wonderful Shabbos.
Good Shabbos, good Shabbos, good Shabbos.